Just after 7:30 on a June morning, 17,000 feet over England, there is a bang, like a shotgun, and the captain of British Airways Flight 5390 is no longer in his seat. He is outside the aircraft. His crew are holding him by the legs, and the man now flying the plane has never faced anything like this. Nobody has. To understand how a captain ends up outside his own aircraft at 300 miles an hour, you have to go back 27 hours. Birmingham Airport, the night before. A maintenance manager is replacing the left windscreen of a BAC 111. The job is routine, he is experienced, and he is short on time. The old bolts look worn, so he picks replacements by matching them against the old ones by eye in a dimly lit store. They look identical. They are not. 84 of the 90 bolts he fits are a fraction of a millimetre too thin. And, on this aircraft, the windscreen is bolted on from the outside, which means the only thing holding it against the pressure of flight is the grip of those threads. The paperwork is signed. The aircraft is cleared to fly. The 10th of June, 1990. 81 passengers board Flight 5390, Birmingham to Málaga. Captain Tim Lancaster has more than 20 years in the air. As the jet climbs into the morning sun, he loosens his shoulder harness, the way pilots often did back then. Breakfast is coming. Steward Niall steps onto the flight deck and asks, "Who wants tea?" 17,300 feet. The left windscreen lets go. The pressurized cabin air explodes outward, and it takes the captain with it. Lancaster is dragged headfirst through the open frame. His knees snag on the control column. Ogden drops the tea and throws his arms around the captain's waist. Outside, the slipstream is over 300 miles an hour. At 17 degrees below zero, the cockpit door has been ripped off its hinges and thrown across the radio panel. Charts are swarming through the air like snow, and First Officer Alistair Atchison, strapped in, suddenly alone, is flying a screaming aircraft. Atchison does the only right thing. He dives, down toward air that people can breathe. He transmits a mayday, but over the roar of the wind, he cannot hear the answer. In the doorway, Ogden is freezing. His grip is going. 2 more crew wrap themselves around the captain's ankles. Every man on that flight deck believes he is holding a body, and they hold on anyway, because letting go would send it into the left engine. For 22 minutes, Atchison flies the aircraft, navigates, and works a radio he can barely hear. At 5 to 8, the jet settles onto the runway at Southampton, an airport that was never on the plan that morning. Witnesses called it a perfect landing. Then, the news nobody expected. Tim Lancaster is alive. Frostbitten, broken bones, alive. The wind had pinned him against the fuselage instead of tearing him away. 5 months later, he was flying passengers again. The investigation found the 84 thin bolts, and behind them, something larger. A system that let one tired man, working alone in the small hours, sign off his own work on a pressurized windscreen. The rules changed after that. Aviation's rules are usually written after a funeral. This time, because 4 men refused to let go, there wasn't one. If stories like this keep you listening, subscribe. Next time, the airliner that flew for 2 hours with every soul on board asleep.